That's it. So click OK. Okay. So if you want to keep 6 p.m. server also, it's not a problem. You people, you are going to get confused, right? So if you having two different names, then you are going to understand exactly what we are doing. So that's why this mission name is server, this mission name is client. Got it, guys? Now I'm going to switch on this client mission. Sivakrishna, got it right? I'll do one thing. I'll take a snapshot for this mission. Because this is new operating system, right? So after completing this session, you are going to become SSH pros, right? So let it complete the first how to deploy the network. Then after that we are going to discuss about SSH, right? So now I'll take a snapshot because I'm teaching some different session, right? So that's why I'm taking snapshot. This is new operating system, guys. Right. So how many missions will have? Server and client. This is server operating system. This is client operating system. According to this diagram. According to this diagram, we'll have two missions. One is server, another one is client. Got it, guys? I hope you got it. Right? Now we need to establish the media between those both the missions. Means we require one cable. Do we have cable? Can we establish the cable between two different virtual machines? Physical cable it's not available, but virtual cable are there. Okay, virtual cable are there. How to establish? Let's see. Go to virtual machine settings. Right click on top of the virtual machine and then go to virtual machine settings. Got it, guys? Just you need to right click on top of this virtual machine, go to settings. That's it. Clear? See, guys, here. Right click, go to settings. Right? In settings, you'll have network adapter. Did you remember? While we are installing the operating system, I used bridge connection. If you're using bridge means if you're having Wi-Fi, you need to use bridge like that I said. Right? So if you're using bridge means you are going to get the internet automatically into your virtual machine from base machine like that we discussed. And NAT means for wire. Now we are trying to deploying our personal network right now. Isolated network between those both the machines. So use host only. Okay? Host only, private network shared with the host. Mean in between. We are trying to creating isolated network in between those server and client. Okay. So got it, guys. Otherwise use custom. Custom. In custom we'll have many VM networks. VM net means VM networks. Use one host only. Both are same. This one, both are same. Got it, guys? Use host only. So click OK. VM net 1 we need to select custom network or otherwise use private network. Both are same. So right click on top of the client machine. Go to, guys, right click on top of the client machine. Go to settings. Same thing you need to do. Clear? Let's see once again, I'll show you. Right click on top of the client machine, go to settings. Settings, and then what you need to do now? Network adapter. You need to select network adapter and then custom specific and then virtual host 1, VMnet host 1. So click OK. I hope you got it, guys. Now VMnet 1 will have that is cable, virtual cable. We provided VMnet 1 this end here, another VMnet 1 here. So now those both the virtual machine having communication now. Those both it can communicate. When it is going to communicate, if you are assigning the logical address, then only. At present there is no IP address, right? So which one is a preferable class? Class C. So that's why I'm using class C IP address here. 192.168.1.11/24 means default CIDR. It having 256 combination. Same 192.168.1.12. We should not provide the same IP address for multiple machines, right? IP addresses are unique, like our contact number. Yes, no? Right. So I didn't provide any commands. You know already how we need to assign the IP addresses, right? With the help of NMTUI or NMCLI. And then we are assigning the host name called server.example.com for this client.example.com, right? So can we assign the IP addresses for both the machines? Then how to assign the IP addresses? If you want, you can use NMTLI, NMCUI, whatever, NMTUI or NMCLI or network interface, means network steps, whatever if you want, you can use. Now I am using NMTUI. At present you are into very initial stage, so that's why I'm using NMTUI. Easily you are going to understand what we are doing. Editor connection, right? Editor connection, automatic to manual, show, add. Then we are trying to assigning the IP address. Got it, guys? /24. Doesn't require any gateway. We are not sending the data apart from our network. Just we are trying to communicating within our network itself only, within those both the machines itself only. We are not sending the data outside the network. So that's why gateway doesn't require. हम लोग आपस में क्लास में कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, बाहर के क्लास से कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर रहे हैं ना, इसीलिए यहाँ पे डोर की जरूरत नहीं है, लॉक कर सकते हैं, राइट? So that's why I'm not providing any gateway here. Gateway is a entry and exit point, right, guys? Router. So we are just doesn't need any router. We are not sending the data apart from a network, right? Okay. Then quit. How to assign the host name? Host name CTL set hyphen host name, then server.example.com. Let's check the host name. See how to check the IP address. IPADDR show EN0167777. See, still it is showing 192.168.61.248 because we are getting this IP address from our DHCP server Wi-Fi router. Then what I need to do now? System CTL restart network. Guys, in real-time environment, if you are executing this command, all the interfaces it is going to restart. If you need to activate, if you need to restart the particular network, NMCLI connection down up, that is best. If you're using this restart connection, here I'm not using any real-time environment, right? So they that's why I'm trying to like executing this command, those all the interfaces it is going to execute. It is going to reset. With the help of this command, we are going to reset all the interfaces, right? Clear, guys? So now let's check the IP address. See, 192.168.1.11. Like the same way, we are assigning the IP address for client machine. So log in as a root user, right? And then we are trying to assigning the IP address with NMTUI. Editor connection, then go to automatic to manual, show, and then add. Guys, yesterday we discussed, so that's why I'm going fast. Yesterday already we discussed now very clearly about NMTY, NMCLI, network scripts and everything. So now we need to provide the IP address 192.168.1.12/24. No need to provide any gateway because we are trying to communicating between those both the machines itself only. So no need to provide any gateway. Then how to assign the host name? Host name CTL set hyphen host name client dot example dot com. Right? So now what we need to do? System CTL restart network. Then how to verify the host name? Host name is a command. Host name is a command. We can execute. Okay. And then how to check the IP address? See. 192.168.1.12 and server mission IP address 1.11. Then how to check the communication between those both the missions? Yes guys, online. How we need to check the communication between those both the missions? Ummahani, Shiva. Ping command. Michael, very good ma. Bihar, right. So let's see guys here. Ping is a command. We need to provide the destination mission IP address into source mission. So this mission IP address is 192.168.1.11. So now we are trying to communicating with client mission. Client mission IP address 192.168.1.12. So now ping is a command. Then we need to provide the client mission's IP address here. Now the server it is sending the request to the client mission with the help of ping command. We are going to ICMP packet from client to server. Got it guys? Ping command it is going to use to check the communication ICMP packets. ICMP full form? Internet Communication Messaging Protocol, I think so. Okay? So got it guys. Now let's see guys here. How to check? Ping is a command. 192.168.1. Which one? 11 or 12? 12 right? 11 mission IP address. This is 11 mission right? We need to communicate with 12 mission right? Ping 192.168.1.12. Then we have the reply. We are getting the reply from 192.168.1.12. 64 bytes from 192.168.1.12. ICMP sequence numbers. TTL means time to live, milliseconds. One packet it's living from 192.168.1.12. So that millisecond time. So how to stop this one? Control C. Then if you need only 4 packets, then how you are going to get the 4 ICMP packets? Hyphen C4. Then you are going to get the 4 ICMP packet, automatically it is going to drop. Then like the same way, go to client mission, check with 192.168.1.11. I hope you're clear online. We are getting reply. So means those both the missions, it having the communication. If you want to can give hyphen C4, C5 like that also 4 packets you are going to get, automatically it will drop. So now those both the mission having perfect network now. Okay. Whatever if you want to can deploy any service, client mission it will access from server. Because those both the missions having communication now. Can we ping with host name? Can we ping with host name? It's possible. I am into server. I am trying to ping with host name called client.example.com. What happened? So ping server.example.com. I am into client mission now. So can we ping with host name? Can we ping with host name guys? It's possible. Why we are unable to ping with host name? Very good ma Abhishek. No, we are unable to ping with the host name because there is no DNS server. Without DNS server, you are unable to resolve the host name to IP address to host name. Got it guys? So here in our class, we doesn't have the DNS server concept. Route 53 will have, right? What is the use of Route 53? Time waste है मैं पढ़ा दूंगा, right? Okay. Yes guys, what is the use of Route 53? Convert host name to IP address. How it is going to convert the host name to IP address? How it is going to convert the host name to IP address? What kind of records we are going to use there? Very good. A record. How many records we have like that? 5 to 6 only. We have two lookup zones. One is forward lookup zone, another one is reverse lookup zone. Forward lookup zone, it is going to resolve the host name to IP address. Reverse lookup zone, it is going to resolve the IP address to host name. In those lookup zones, we are going to use the records according to our requirement. The data is going to transfer to IP address to host name to IP address. What is route? 53 means DNS. What is route? Doesn't need. Continue. Right. So got it guys. So जाके आपके सर को पूछो. Right. So let's see guys here. You know, but you don't know the terminology. Route means Michael. Yesterday, I'm not asking about yesterday command. I'm asking about route 53. In route 53, what is route? 53 means DNS server. Targeting means it will decide the best path to send the data with the help of your routing policies. Got it? How many types of routing policies will have? Path based, geometrics, host based. Right, leave it. So got it guys, latency based. Very good. So now let's see guys here. Now we doesn't have any DNS server, so that's why while you are trying to communicating with host name, you are unable to get the reply. छोड़ दो route 53 का छोड़ दो, यहाँ पे focus करो, बाद में देखेंगे. Right? Got it guys? So while we are trying to sending the request with the help of host name, while you are trying to communicating with the help of host name, we are unable to communicate without DNS server. But in this session, we are not going to discuss about any kind of DNS services. So, but I am going to teach you an alternate option. Easy and alternate option. It's very helpful for you while you are setting Ansible lab at the time. I don't know how many of you have completed Ansible. Without knowing this, you are unable to set up the Ansible lab. Lab setup करना है ना Ansible practice करने के लिए. At least 2 host nodes and 1 क्या node बोलते हैं उसको? Server node. Yes, no. Then how we are going to set up that one without DNS server? With the help of etc host file. With the help of etc hosts file. etc host is a one file, right? It will act like as a DNS. But it is not a DNS server. It's act like as a DNS server. It's not a primary DNS, it's not a secondary DNS. It will act like as a DNS server. So alternate option. Now we are going to edit this etc host file, then we are going to communicate with host name. How to open this file? VIM, then etc host. Got it guys? Then open this file. So don't disturb anything here. Go to end of the line. Then add few entries. 192.168.1.11, our server mission IP address, and space. You need to provide the server name called server.example.com. Got it guys? Like the same way, 192.168.1.12, client.example.com, and save and quit. Got it guys? Don't worry, you'll have the all things into the document. Don't worry here. Okay? So now save and quit. Right? So systemctl restart network. Do save into client. Go to client machine. Open vim/etc hosts. Then go to end of the line. Same 192.168.1.11 server.example.com 192.168.1.12 client.example.com. Right guys, then systemctl restart network. Right, now let's try to ping with ping server.example.com. I am into client mission, right? So now I'm trying to ping with server. That's it now. This is client mission only now. See. Got it now. It is going to act like as a DNS server. Like this, you can deploy the network anywhere. Clear now? While you are trying to using Ansible, while you are doing the practice with Ansible, at least we need 3 missions, right? Yes, no. Client and server, 2 clients at least we need for verification purpose. At the time, if you are not deploying like this, then how you are going to understand in which mission you are deploying? With IP address, you people, how much knowledge I have, I know. Don't say we are going to verify with IP address, okay? If we having the host name, clearly you are going to understand where we are doing, what we are doing exactly. Got it, guys? Clear? Yes, no? So clear? Like this, we need to deploy the network. So you can deploy the network with any subnet now. Like this. So you need to use VMnet1. Then maybe if you having one more mission, you can. If you having one more mission also. So clear, guys? So this is all about networking. So we deploy proper network between those both the missions. Now we are going to start new concept called SSH. 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 Secure shell. What is the use of SSH? I hope you're clear online. Don't ask again, sir. I am unable to understand after completing this session. Don't ask like that. Clearly, I'm saying few people will have for them. If you're having any doubts, any questions, please now. I'm not going to repeat. Clear? What about online? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Ishwar, Ummahani, Shiva. Right. Okay. Anjali, good man. Right. Now we are going to discuss new concept called SSH. Okay. So what is the use of SSH? Yes, guys. What is the use of SSH? I'm not asking about port number, I'm asking about usage. जितना पूछा है उतना बताओ इंटरव्यू में, ज्यादा बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. खुद के पैरों पे कुराड़ी मार रहे हो आप लोग इंटरव्यू में ना. In interview, people, if they're asking one question, you need to give the answer for only one question. Don't give the multiple answers for them. खुद आप पे surrender करे जैसे ही वहाँ पे. If you are giving some different answer, he is going to ask some different question. What is the use of SSH? To log into the virtual server remotely. So Michael, okay, according to your knowledge, you said that is not a wrong answer, okay, but actually we should not. What happened? Sound aa raha hai na? Okay, so according to your knowledge means you have the AWS knowledge na, so that's why you said like that. Okay, so you are all doing AWS, so that's why you people, you are You learn like that, so that's why you are saying like that. We are accessing virtual servers remotely, right? Not only virtual server, any server we can access remote. Any mission we can access that tool Linux mission. It's not like that we are going to access only servers. Okay. Any Linux mission you can access. First of all, try to understand what is SSH. In our human language, I'll teach you, then you are going to understand clearly. For example, Deepak is staying into Madhapur, right guys? I am staying into somewhere in Kukatpalli, right? So Deepak, he got a doubt. He's working with Linux, and then so maybe night after completing the session, so he have my number, he called to me and then he's asking, right? Not only client, you can say we are become client only now. So we are accessing the services from particular server. Now what I'm doing, this guy, he needs services. Deepak, he needs services from me. Okay. So that guy, he's going to become for me client only now. So now I am going to become client because his side I'm client. My side he's client. I hope you got it guys now. Clear now? Simple. We have any desk now. Like the same way, we have SSH into Linux operating systems. That's it. To access the Linux remote mission, we are going to use SSH protocol. Why SSH only? Now we are going to discuss. So before SSH, we have Telnet. So Telnet by default, we doesn't have into our Linux operating system. We need to install manually with the help of M command. M install Telnet, then it is going to install. Got it guys? So now I have installed Telnet into server mission. Right. So now this Telnet we installed into server mission. Right. So now I need to access the client mission remotely into server now. Okay. Just for verification, just for understanding purpose only, I have given the two different names here. You need to understand what exactly we are doing. So that's why I have given the two different names. It's not like this. You need to provide server and client. Whatever if you want, you can use two different names. Host 1, host 2. Node 1, node 2. Like that you can use. It's not a problem, right? So now this is server. Now what I'm doing in the sense, I'm trying to creating few users into client mission. U1 and U2 like that. How to create the users? User add is a command to create the user. With the help of user add command, we did few users here. U1 and U2 were into client mission, right? So now I need to access this U1 user from client to server remotely. For example, in our organization, we have 10 to 20 people still working, right? So into first floor, I am into fourth floor. For example, I am into fourth floor, I'm a system administrator. Suddenly one guy, he got a problem. That is Linux mission, right? So I need to travel from fourth floor to first floor, right? Instead of traveling from fourth floor to first floor, what I am going to do, I am going to get this first floor mission remotely into fourth floor with the help of Telnet. So now user one mission, for example, user one, I am trying to accessing into server from client remotely. So user one, user two, those both belongs to client mission, right? Now I'm trying to accessing this user one from client to server remotely. So using Telnet we can. Telnet is a one protocol. Telnet is a one service we need to install. By default we doesn't have Telnet. Install Telnet, then -y, then it will install. Got it guys? And Telnet U1, I'm trying to accessing U1, right? So username syntax U1 at the rate your client mission host name or IP address. What is a client mission? Host name client.example.com. I hope you got it guys. I hope you understand now. In organizations, they are going to provide the username like that only. Did you remember? Maybe who doing the work into real-time environment, those people they know how they are going to log in into their organization environment. So their username at the rate ibm.com, username at the rate hcl.com, like that will have hcl.com in their server. In that server will have that particular user. Now we are trying to accessing our environment remotely into our laptop. Got it now? Right. So now u1 at the rate client.example.com are client mission's IP address. Whatever if you want to can give. So u1 user I'm trying to accessing remotely from client to server. u1 user I'm trying to accessing from client to server remotely. How to access? Telnet is a command. Telnet u1 at the rate client mission host name or client mission IP address. Any one you need to provide. If you want to can give IP address, if you want to can give host name, both don't give. Don't give both, okay? So IP address or host name. Host name or IP address you can give. Now we are sending the request from server, right? This is server mission. I'm trying to sending the request with telnet. So now server it is going to send the request to the client mission to access the u1 user account remotely into server. Yes, no. While you try to sending first, it is going to travel through this network in a clear text format. Your username, password, anybody can get. What you are trying to sending the data, anybody can get because telnet doesn't have the security. Telnet it is going to send the request. We are going to get the response in a clear text format. Anybody can read. Clear text means. So maybe smart users, hackers, if they connect one T connector here, if they are connecting one more mission here, what will happen? We are going to lose our data. While you are trying to sending the request, while you are receiving the response, the request and response, it is going to travel through clear text format itself only, right? So if you are trying to sending the request in the clear text format, if it is a sensitive data, always we are going to lose, right? So telnet doesn't have the security. Usually telnet we are going to use to access the remote devices into internal purpose. For example, we have one data center. I need to configure the router. With the help of telnet, I am going to configure the router. I am going to access this router into our network internally, and then we are going to configure. Switches I need to configure. Using telnet, we are going to configure the switches into our network itself only, not apart from a network. Apart from a network also we can, but it's not safe. The data and request and response, it is going to travel into the clear text format. So that's why no one they are using telnet nowadays. So they are using SSH. So telnet having what kind of drawback? Security problem will have. While you are trying to sending the request and response, it is going to travel through clear text format. So that's why nowadays people they are using SSH. SSH means secure shell. Secure shell, right? Same syntax. Instead of telnet, we are going to use SSH. Instead of telnet, we are going to use SSH. Got it, guys? So by default, if you go to any Linux operating system, will have the SSH by default. If you doesn't have the SSH, then what we need to do in essence, we need to install. How to install? Yum install OpenSSH is a package. OpenSSH is a package we need to install for SSH application. What is the use of SSH? We are going to access the remote Linux missions into Linux mission. Got it, guys? Using SSH, we are going to access the remote Linux missions into our remote Linux mission into our Linux mission itself only. Okay. Nowadays, Windows 10, Windows 11 also it's supporting SSH. But in olden days, Windows it is not going to support for SSH. So that's why we are going to depend on one third-party application called Putty, Mputty, Kitty, and MobiX Team. Really, we have Kitty also. Windows it don't support SSH na in old versions. Windows 7, Windows 8, those versions it don't support SSH. 10.11 it will support SSH. 10.11 it will support SSH. Directly you can access the Linux mission into Windows if you having 10 client. Clear, guys? So I hope you got it, guys. Kitty must have the minimal features than Putty. So that's why many people they are using Putty. Even AWS also it's recommending Putty. So that's why AWS they got updated into your PEM keys, PPK also. Before it doesn't have PPK. Before 2 years doesn't have any PPK key. Nowadays, recently they got updated PPK also because many people they are using putty only. Right guys, let's see guys here. So now we are trying to sending the request with the help of SSH. Not only Kitty, many applications will have. Those all popular applications, that's it. Putty, Kitty, Mobile X Team. Your faculties they are using, I think so, Mobile X Team only na, in AWS, DevOps. So those all same only. SSH remote applications. Right guys. So SSH U1 at the rate client.example.com. Same syntax. Instead of telnet, we need to use SSH. Guys, please focus now. Internal process I am going to teach you. How it is going to work internally. So now we are sending the request from client to, server to client. I need to access the U1 user from client to server, right? So now I'm going to execute this command SSH U1 at the rate client.example.com or client mission's IP address. Right guys? Now we are sending the request. The request it is going to travel through network and then client it don't provide that response. The client mission if it is providing the response then only we are going to get the U1 user into remotely here. But while you try to sending the request from server to client, client mission directly don't provide the response. Boss, who are you? I got a call, right, from someone, but I didn't save that number. What I'm going to do? I am going to ignore. That's it now guys. I got some call guys. It's an unknown number. What I am going to do? I am going to ignore that call. Like the same way, server is sending the request to the client with SSH, right? So client it will check, boss, who are you? Who are you? Why I need to give the response to you? We are going to avoid the unknown persons, right? Only we are going to pick the known person's call, right? Yes, no. While you try to sending the request at the time, it will probe, boss, who are you? Boss, I am belongs to your student. For example, someone are calling me. Okay. Now what I'm going to do? I'm not going to pick the call. I'm sending one message to you. Who are you? Sir, so and so student name. I belong to so and so batch like this. You are going to send the message to me, and then I'm going to pick the call. Then I'm going to provide the response to you. Like the same way, while you are trying to sending the request to the client mission to access the U1 user account, it will probe us to generate known host key. What is that? Known host key. So means this client mission it should become known person per server. Means inside the server, client mission details we should have. Then only client mission it will provide the response to the server. Got it guys? Server should have client mission details. Means client mission should known host to the server mission. I hope you got it guys. So while you are trying to sending the request, it will probe to us to create the known host key. So where it is going to create? Inside the server. The key if it is creating means it's an encrypted key. Now the request it is going to accept and then it is going to provide the response. Then we are going to access the U1 user account from client to server remotely, that too securely. Now the request it is going to travel into the encrypted format. I hope you got it guys. Yes, no? Right? So I'll show you practically, then you are going to understand what is exactly non-host. Got it guys? What kind of key it will generate? Non-host key. Clear? So now we are going to perform the task. Already we have the network, proper network, right? We have our proper network. So we should have the proper network. How to deploy the network? I hope you clear now. So now I'm trying to creating few users into the client mission. I'm going to access those users from client to server remotely
ಏಯ್
with the help of SSH.
ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಬಡ್ಡಿಯಲ್ಲ
Let's see guys here.
ಅಡಂದೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ನಿನ್ನ
So
ಸೂಸಿನ
go to client machine. Okay, this is client machine. Right? I'm trying to creating few users into the client. User add U1 and then user add U2. Password is a mandatory at present. I'll teach you without password also how we need to access. Don't worry. Password, how to provide
Iso.
password. So password is a command. U1, U2, right? So I did two different users and with password. Got it, guys? Where I did this one? Into client machine. According to this diagram. According to this diagram, we did into client machine. So now go to server, and now we are trying to accessing those U1 user and U2 users from client to server now. Guys, it's not like this. You need to send the request with the help of root user. You can use normal user also, like your EC2. EC2 hyphen user will have, right? Like the same way I'm using student user. Right, guys? So student user also it can get the remote machine.
ಕೂತ್ಸೋಲ್ಲ
It's not like this only root user it is going to get the remote access. Any user can. Any user can get the remote users from remote mission to your mission, right? So how SSH, first how to verify whether the SSH is available or not. How to verify, guys? Systemctl status SSHD active running, and then this machine also should have the SSH client machine also. Both the machine having SSH means remote application like our TeamViewer, like our AnyDesk. See, both the machines should have the TeamViewer and AnyDesk, then only we can access, right? Like the same.